Good morning. We're calling this meeting to order. This is Amador County Board of Supervisors meeting for Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good morning. The board met in closed session this morning. Item 2, confidential minutes were approved. With that, we're going to move on to public matters not on the agenda. Is there any members of the public that would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none. Board members, any items you'd like to talk about? Moving on, looking for approval agenda.
So move. Second.
I have a motion by Forster, second by Crew. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimous. And now we have approval of items on the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Guys are too quick. How about if we do all the items minus item 5.0? I'd like to have a vote on that separate. Is that okay if I make the motion second?
Okay. All right. I'll take it right now then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look for motion to approve the consent agenda with item 5.0 pulled for discussion. Okay. We have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimous. Item 5.0, I'd just like to, reason I had that pulled, is the Sheriff's Office Mid-Management Association's SOMU side letter of agreement. I just want a little bit of discussion on it. I think we're not having a retention problem with SOMU. I think we've got roads that need to be repaired. I think they're paid well. And my fear is by giving SOMU this, cost increase, it's going to basically, you're going to have other units come in and it's going to cause a big increase in their cost. So I'd like, that's why I asked to have it pulled. So I just wanted to be in the records voting no. So I'm looking for a motion whenever, unless there's more discussion. I'm ready for a motion on item 5.0.
Move approval.
Motion by Forster.
Second.
Second by Crew. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, we have a no by Axe and a no by Oneto, so motion carries 3-2. Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm an A.
Okay. First said aye. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah. The negative aye, I guess.
There's a negative aye. My apologies. Well, anyway, I'm a no.
All right.
Thank you for that.
That surprised me when I heard you.
Okay. My mistake. I was thinking about voting aye and a no. How's that?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Moving down. Item, regular agenda. Item 3A, this is 2024-2025 recommended budget. Discussion of possible action relative to adoption of the 2024-2025 fiscal year recommended budget.
Supervisor, did we do public matters not on the agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have something you want to talk about, Frank, or?
No, I just thought we skipped over it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Supervisors, this is the next step in the budget process for the 24-25 budget. The budget that you have before you is balanced. It is the preliminary budget, and if you recall, you'll approve this As things continue to come into focus, then final budget will be approved in September. The budget that stands before you is pretty much the same budget we had before. There were a few tweaks, but everything was pretty minor. Total general fund is $53.1 million. Total of all funds is $147,670,622, so $147 million. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Can we look at, budget unit 2440?
Which unit is that?
The fire protection?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Is the line correct that we're giving, AFPD 258?
That's the number that we gave them last year, and we kept it at status quo. If we went to return to a lower number, we can certainly do that and have that put in place by the final budget.
Okay, so our CAL FIRE services are 337?
Correct.
And then, okay.
And then, yes. So the total of that department, 596,909.
Okay, so we're gonna keep that going each year then?
We can drop it back. The actual that we gave to AFPD from the previous year was 498,740. Wait, no, sorry, that was that we gave to AFPD from 22-23 was 258 as well.
Okay.
So direction, do you want to, I'm not sure what it was in 21-22. We can.
I'm fine with keeping it. I was just curious. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a mistake, because I thought we were just giving them for a one-time this last year to cover their, or was that an extra amount over?
We'll take a look at that and verify, and
Okay.
if we have questions, we'll bring it back.
You know, one thing I have a little concern over, just, we've talked about the DA's budget. I think compared to some other counties, our DA's budget's a little bit high. And I'm looking at other costs the county has. I'm looking at deferred maintenance in buildings. I'm looking at deferred maintenance on roads. And we talked about putting a couple positions, adding a couple positions for the road department, and those were cut due to lack of money or not additional funds at this point. And I'd just kind of like to just, for lack of a better term, not looking for fight, just saying, hey, it needs to be done. I'd like to reduce the DA's budget by $50,000. Figure it's a starter. That's something I'd like to do in a recommended budget.
What's your justification? Because we talked about this when the DA was here.
And I felt like that then, I feel like that now. I think his numbers are high compared to other counties, and I believe it may not always stand out, but as far as he was saying that he's paid his CalPERS, unfunded CalPERS liability, it sounds like other departments do. It may not always be where you can necessarily find it, but it is there. I think the numbers are high, and there's only so much money in our budget, and we got roads falling apart, and we got to start somewhere. That's my reasoning.
I think his numbers are high, but I think he justified why they're high, and that he's bringing in the revenue to cover those through grants and through Mule Creek State Prison.
Supervisor, no, I agreed with you until we had that review when he came back after and he explained how some of the investigators get paid out of the workman's comp, all grant related. And, he's actually, I think he's now, if you go net with his revenue, he's about 3.6, 3.7, Chuck, different? In that
I
range?
think that was around there, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not 40% high, but he still is higher.
He is higher,
Not that much.
and some of the stuff, in his original report especially, even his subsequent report, there was some information it may, sometimes it's splitting hairs, but what appears to be may not be, doesn't mean it's not happening. It's like the CalPERS, unfunded liability, other counties, EAs are paying them. And originally said there's zero grant funding from these other DA's departments. Well, they get grant funding too. Does he get more grant funding? Absolutely. That's how it appeared. But I'm looking at bills, I'm looking at roads going to hell, and I'm looking where there's money. Public safety has it, and there's really other departments that run really lean, so it's either there, nowhere, or maybe some point, a sales tax, increment, which may or may not pass. But our roads are, and I don't see too much help coming from the state or feds. Our roads are going to hell. It's that simple. That's where I'm coming from. And we can look at things, legitimize, and we can talk about why, or else we can say, hey, we got a problem. We need to take care of that problem. May not always be a perfect world, but it's something I think we need to reel in a little bit and start putting some more money towards our other items in general fundings, i.e. roads, number one.
Fair enough.
That's my reasoning.
Chuck, on things like the benefits, are those, I thought Todd indicated to me those costs were covered in grants and the money that comes from Mule Creek too. Would that pick up the benefits?
Correct, yes. Yes, it would. And his, cause his total budget is, you know, the percentage is there coming from those grants, from the reimbursement, and the reimbursement pays the burdened rate. So, he's covered.
Yep. And I agree with you. He's high compared to other counties, but he's high and he justified it here when he presented to the board. It's my feeling.
There is justification, for some of it. I don't believe for all of it. And it's, we've got to start somewhere. And I think it's somewhere where we just saying, hey, enough. And then we have the other deal where I voted no on, we got a 5% for SOMU. And that's going to bring in other departments, and our costs are going to go up, and our roads are going to continue to deteriorate. And even nibbling here and there won't get enough money for our roads, but it can help. I want to slow the train down. So.
Got it.
Anyway, so that's where I'm at, and I'd like to have a motion on that. If anybody's interested, a yay or a nay.
I'd like to stay where we are, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
I think the analysis demonstrated that the high number of staff in the DA's office is kind of an artifact of the fact that he has all these special grants for prosecuting and investigating certain types of cases like the child support and workman's comp.
To a certain degree, but I mean, it's, even if you remove those numbers, I think his numbers are still high.
I think they might be high by one compared to Calaveras, but apparently Calaveras is probably picking up another person. That's probably one of the best comparisons. But
Looking for a motion.
did we have
Wait.
public comment?
That's where I was going, yeah.
Yeah.
Any members of the public like to comment on this item? Please come forward. And if you would, Alan, state your name for the record and sign in.
Hey, somebody does.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble now. No. Alan Ament, retired road department.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You were here quite a few years, weren't you?
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to comment on it. I know Mr. Arnett was talking about the roads and we're talking about DA's department, this and that. And having been here for almost 20 years, what we did on the roads when I first started has stopped. on what we're doing now. I mean, it might be cost, might be this, we're down people. But honestly, the liabilities with people traveling our roads right now, which is crazy with the amount of traffic. And I'd fix some things, and I'm telling you, it would launch cars. And I'm thinking the liability that the county has when these accidents happen and stuff like that. I mean, we all gotta have everything in moderation, but we still gotta fix these roads. If we don't fix the roads, who comes to work? If we don't plow the roads, who comes to work? I just wanna say that. I mean, you gotta reinvest. The equipment's old, they're short on people, and people aren't getting picked up fast enough, but again, that's money. People gotta go where the money is to support their families too. But honestly, I think we need to put more into the roads.
Well, I agree with you.
I got pictures of some of the roads over there. I don't know how much all of you travel around in the roads or not, but it's phenomenal. And the one big thing is there's no subgrade underneath these roads. And when you go to repair it, there's a lot more expense than you think. Basically, we got roads that were paved over wagon trails. We haven't grown with the influx of travel.
I don't agree with that, Alan. They were donkey trailed before they became wagon trails.
Well, that's true too. But honestly, we got more truck traffic, we got more people coming through when they shut down 80.
And vehicles are heavier. And now electric cars are really heavy.
Yeah. But I mean, that's something you need to look at. I mean, we can always put money here, put money there, but we still gotta move around, get from place to place. I mean, I would hope you guys would think a little more on that fact and, you know, and come back, and it makes a happier community too. You know, I hear a lot of comments where somebody goes, man, what have you been doing? I'm going, I'm trying. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Any other members of the public? No Zoomers? Do we have a motion on that already? I thought we...
I'd move we approve the 24-25 fiscal year recommended budget.
Second.
We have a motion by Forrester, second by Axe. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm gonna vote no, for reasons I stated. Moving down, item 3B is Carbondale Road Bridge Replacement.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
Morning.
Richard Vila, Public Works Director. This is here just mainly for information. We have a number of bridge projects that we've applied for and got funding for. It takes a long time to get things to a point where we actually can get under construction, and this is the one that we have going right now.
How many years has it been roughly? It seems like 10 years
Yeah.
at least?
Yeah. You start with your application and you get the approval, and then you gotta go through your environmental and
It's kind of
everything else.
insane.
Yeah, it's a long process.
I don't blame you. I mean, just something you gotta try to work through.
Well, yeah. We have the rules we have to follow. That's the fun part when you're using someone else's money to fix something. You go by their rules.
Well, actually, we're using our money too.
Well, yes. So this is a replacement of the bridge on Carbondale Road. It crosses Willow Creek. At this location is near the intersection with Forest Home Road. And starting today, that road, that crossing, that bridge location is going to be closed to through traffic. There's signed detour in place. We've put out the notices out to the different agencies and such of the detour, provided them with a map and such. So that road will be closed at that point, probably till about mid-October. And at that time, we'll evaluate to see if it's at a point where it can be reopened. It all depends on the progress of the project and whether at a point where it's safe to have vehicle traffic, traverse over it. So, yep, so this is like, again, finally got one under construction. The detour shouldn't, I mean, all detours are a bit, inconvenient, but in that area, it's pretty sparsely populated, and whether you can get to 16, via Forest Home, or if you're coming up Irish Hill, instead of heading west, you can head east and hit Carbondale and then go up to 16. So the detour is not that long, and I think it provides people, it's a minor inconvenience. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I think we're in pretty good shape with that in place. So again, this is just more for information than anything else. This project's, like it's been mentioned, has been in the books for a long time, and was formally approved in last year's budget for moving forward with construction. So here we go.
What's the funding source for it?
Federal Highway Bridge Program funds, and those funds are administered by Caltrans. So.
And you have to build it to their specifications,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So I look at the price, and it's like $2,466,000 and some change. I'm like, that's a lot of money for a bridge.
Yep. And that includes demolition of the existing structure. The new structure is going to be higher in profile. It's going to be about 3 or 4 feet higher than the existing bridge to provide for adequate flow capacity in the extreme precipitation events. So there's a little bit of work there, and also as part of the project is the culvert crossing Forest Home right there at that location. That's going to be replaced as well. And that if you've been in that area, Forest Home necks down to about 1.5 lanes at that point. So that culvert will be replaced as part of the project as well.
That'd be nice. I think somebody wiped it out here 6 months or a year ago, the guardrails and stuff.
Hey,
Yeah.
curiosity question, Upper Ridge Road, where are we on that, do you know?
We have received the funds from the state for that project. And so we have those, we got those in advance, so we can do that. We got those in advance. And our next step is to work with the consultant that was for the design of the project, and to negotiate their contract services.
The selection has been made,
Right,
so now we just have to negotiate the contract and get them going on the design.
Yeah.
and are we expecting it this year, this building season, or?
No, I would say 2025 be the most optimistic. If everything goes fairly smoothly, which it should with the design, we should be able to have that project out for bidding for construction for next construction.
When do we think we're going out for bidding for construction?
I couldn't tell you right now. I would imagine early next year. I don't want to tie the hands consultant yet, because they haven't gotten into the design work. So it's about a 6-month on their request for qualifications that they submitted their qualifications. They estimate about a 6-month process from the time they get the notice to move forward with their work till we're producing documents for bidding.
Okay.
You know, Richard, like to talk to you sometime maybe too about that project, and maybe looking at replacing old culverts. They all got to be old. That's something.
We've replaced a couple on that road 2 or 3 years ago, and we've had inspections done on those culverts. So whatever ones that are in, we feel that need to have some replacement, we can certainly work that into the project.
All right. Well, thank you. Any members of the public like to comment on this issue?
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, come on up, Alan.
Alan, he lives on the road, so he has a lot of comments.
We're gonna exempt that area in front of Alan's house.
No, I just had one thought on that when we were talking about them getting together on recently, you know, with PG&E doing the underground. Now, that's marked there for underground also, down to the bottom edge of my property down there. I don't know if that was something thrown into the works or not, if we talk about that repave and what we ran into with Shake Ridge up there.
Oh, yeah, they've tore the hell out of that road.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a thought on that, Richard?
Kind of starting to get a little off. So,
That's a good question.
Yeah, I thought about that. If you get something done, then they come back in there and tear it up again. That's something they might want to throw in the mix on that.
oh yeah, no, it's, make sure they get that done before we fix whatever we're fixing.
Yeah, I don't know where their schedule is, PG&E, you know, they're gonna be way down the road a little bit or what, so.
We don't know what PG&E's schedule is.
True.
We don't wanna
It's going
wait,
up,
we don't wanna wait too
rates,
long.
I mean.
Yeah.
The
So anyway, I just.
2.3 million
that
won't
in.
cover the cost.
Okay,
All right,
thank you, Alan.
thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Any other members of the public? No, seeing none, we're gonna move on to item 3C, this is Tri-County Wildlife Care. Discussion of possible action relative to request from the subject entity for waiver of fees associated with the construction of a raptor complex to house birds of prey as they're rehabilitated. And I imagine, Susan, you're gonna talk on this, it looks like.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are asking that you waive the fees that may be waived of $992.13. Tri-County Wildlife Care has been operating in Amador County for 30 years now, and we take in injured, ill, and orphan wildlife. We take in lots of calls from the sheriff every day, and we have the opportunity to build a really huge cage that's 100 feet long, 20 feet wide, and 16 feet tall, in keeping with California Fish and Wildlife regulations, so that we are able to 100% rehabilitate eagles and osprey. In the past, we have rehabilitated them because we do have the special permit to do so, but we've had to send them out to other facilities, and it has not worked out well with the caging that they've had and the procedures that they've had. So we want to be able to do everything from beginning to end.
There's actually a fish and game regulation on how big the cage has to be, huh?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Yeah, they,
I should have known better that there would be.
yes, yes, yes.
Well, any,
Chief Building Inspector here. Can we bring Todd up?
pardon?
Todd?
Yeah, Todd,
He's hiding back there.
calling you.
but I figured he got all dressed up today, he might as well come on.
Bring him to the podium, that's right.
Good morning.
Morning.
I provided some of the fees to her and showed her ones that the board could actually waive. Got that. So, I would support it. This is about really all I.
Right, so you wanna detail which ones we can and which ones we cannot?
I can do that, yeah. There's a planning review fee that we can refund, which is $60, and then, building plan review, which is $313.37. Our tech maintenance fee, we can authorize, $75 for the issuance fee and $482.11 for the actual building inspection fees. The state fees, we are not able to actually refund. The C&D deposit, it's initially $120, but that's refunded as soon as we final the building. So that would actually go back to them.
Okay, so how much those fees roughly that we could basically waive? The nine.
Yes,
yeah,
990.
That was the number, okay.
Yeah, just under 1,000.
Cover those fees one more time. The plan review was 60,
Yeah, the plan review.
and
Was
what else,
60.
what else is there?
Building plan review, $313.37. Technology maintenance fee, $61.65. permit issuance fee is $75, and the building inspection fee is $482.11. And the design of this is very specific. It's gonna be a simple project for us. There's a lot of guidelines that tell specifically exactly what needs to be done and how it's to be done, so.
Yeah, personally, I don't have a problem with it, because it's kind of a community benefit type
Yeah.
deal, so.
But
I don't have a
in
problem with it.
addition to the cage portion of it, there's gonna be like a facility for offices, veterinary lab or whatever.
We have a facility for the care of the critters. We probably have about 120 animals in care right now.
Okay.
And so that facility is already in place. It's the former bed and breakfast for Jackson Creek Vet Clinic. We have 4,500 square feet adjacent to this lot where we're.
Oh, okay, so you're just taking over that building?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right, 'cause it looked like you just had the raptorarium or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, wow, they're gonna get kinda lonely out there.
Nope.
Okay, good.
Susan, do you know what's going in the Holman Center, and there would not be any conflict with whoever has bought that property?
No, Jeff told me that it was gonna be another car place, but they certainly are doing a lot of, land work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, right now, we are talking to the new owner, and it's gonna be an auto body shop repair, basically another car place. They're gonna add a few things to the facilities, but it's in the works right now.
Similar use, so,
Yes.
thank you.
Any members of the public like to comment on this item? Seeing none, what's the board's pleasure?
Move approval of the waiver of the fees for the Raptor Complex.
Second.
A motion by Forrester and a second by Crew. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimous. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving down, let's see. Item 3D, May 28th, 2024, Board of Supervisors meeting minutes.
There are
Yeah,
a couple of minor corrections.
yeah, I have one too.
Okay.
So, you're moving approval with minor corrections, Supervisor?
Is that a motion, Frank?
I'll wait for you.
Okay, I'll make a motion then to approve the minutes with minor corrections.
A motion by Axe. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Carries unanimous. And we'll come back at 10:30 for our public hearing. Thank you.